Right now, I really would love to talk about the current situation with Wanchain. Full disclosure, I don't own any Wanchain from the ICO. I didn't buy any on Etherdelta. If you're not familiar to what's going on between Etherdelta and Wanchain, any tokens purchased through the contract address of Wanchain on Etherdelta, as of right now, they have no guarantee of getting any reimbursement from the team. Apparently, as part of the ICO, the people who purchased tokens or received tokens were told not to trade them. Apparently, that is supposed to be in the Wanchain. It's not in the white paper. So this is the white paper, and it's not in here. Okay, so I believe that that information shows up in the commercial paper. So we go to the commercial paper, and they refer to people. Really, it's easier to look it up if you look up participants. So we'll do a, let's see here. Okay, the first excerpt here where it shows you the word participants is where they discuss people who are part of the community as far as participants. So research and development funds are primarily used to cover engineer salaries, rewards to important participants, and contributors in the community. I don't know what participants really means here. It doesn't really define it. It kind of says it's the people who are involved in the community, right? But it doesn't really define what participants means. The next one is community development funds will be used to encourage and support community participants in developing commercial applications based on Wanchain. Again, community participants, people that are just involved. At the end of the ICO, the smart contract will be automatically closed. When the Wanchain project goes live, participants, does that mean ICO people or people who have tokens? It's not specific. It doesn't really say, can exchange their tokens at a 1-to-1 ratio for Wancoins. It doesn't say here that you can't trade them. Next one. Participants in the project must have a full understanding of the Wanchain details. For more information, check their website. We will in a second. Next one, after 2 months of publicity and after ensuring the potential participants interested in the ICO fully understand the relevant Wanchain information, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't really say anything here other than that. In order to benefit other participants, we will also have sales cooperation through official partners, which is another area where they will use funds, I'm assuming, to grow the project. Participants holding ICO tokens can download the official Wanchain wallet and exchange the crowdfunded tokens for Wancoin. That is the last use of participants. From what I read here, I don't see where it says that you can't sell your tokens. I don't see where it says that if you did sell your tokens that you won't get an equivalent amount back. But here's the thing. And the important thing you need to realize, and let's go to his YouTube thing here. This is the president. He came out and made a statement. This was posted December 28th, I believe. Thing is that this has been going on since October, so 2 months later they come out and say this. Now, before this, because I don't want to just play a whole video, he says that they are going to look into maybe reimbursing the people. They're not really sure what they're going to do yet. There's a problem with the way that trading these tokens might deal as securities and cause them basically issues. They might have issues in giving people, equivalent Wancoins, I think that's what they're called, if they weren't basically verified through the ICO process. I guess the KYC, I guess you would say. So what ends up happening now is that if you bought the tokens from Etherdelta, you may get nothing back. At least that's what they're saying now. Which means that the people who don't really believe in the company, they bought the tokens at ICO and they flipped them for a profit on Etherdelta when they weren't supposed to, according to what they're saying, even though I don't really see that information anywhere. So the people who flipped it are going to make money, but the people now holding them will not be able to exchange them for official tokens. So the people who actually believe in you and are willing to pay 3x the price, 5x the price, whatever the price is, more, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get anything because they trusted you. Instead, you're going to give it to the people who got in an ICO and flipped your coins for a profit. And then this is my favorite part here.
But this really does speak to the issue of financial responsibility, which is one of the core tenets that this industry is built off of. And so I'd really encourage you to, if you did unknowingly purchase on Etherdelta, use this as a learning experience as to the importance of doing your own personal due diligence. And things pop up around these new industries have unintended consequences. Private key management is extremely important. We are now our own banks, and so we have our own responsibility, for example, to manage our private keys. And so this is we have this great tool, but with it comes a great deal of responsibility. And so for those of you that didn't touch the stove, one of the Jedi learning moves is to learn from the pain of others. And so hopefully that you can also learn this lesson as well. We will continue to move forward with these fundamental principles in mind of doing what is best for the network, doing what is fairest for those.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think is best for their company and their network? For legal reasons, they basically didn't want people to be trading the tokens. Maybe you should have locked the tokens in the contracts so that people couldn't trade them. And this way you protect your own company. You protect the people who are looking to buy the tokens in the second or third or whatever market, in the aftermarket, right? And then you can also have it so that the people who bought them can't trade them. Now, apparently there was an issue where maybe if they locked the tokens and people's wallets were compromised, they wouldn't be able to move them. But you just said that people should be responsible. Maybe they should do things to not have their wallets compromised, especially if they're going to put tokens in them that can't be moved for 3 months. Maybe they should have used a wallet that they're not going to use for anything else. And it's just to store these coins. And then they would be protected more than likely, right? But instead, what you want people to do is now potentially pay the price because you didn't lock the tokens for whatever reason, even though it was in the best interest of protecting your company to do so. Now, you could say, look, you know what? The people could have looked this information up, although I couldn't find it in the commercial paper. I couldn't find it in the white paper. But you know what I know? I'm sure they did? The website. Let's go to the website because that is where the information is at. So we go here and, well, look, let's reload the website just to make sure that there is no pop-up. Because you would imagine by this point, if you were going to want to find out information about Wanchain, you would come to their website. Look, did you get a pop-up saying, do not buy Etherdelta tokens? Do you see anything anywhere trying to protect other individuals who are currently buying tokens that are actually worthless as far as they're willing to say? Moving forward, they have already said that anything that you buy on Etherdelta from someone else is worthless. I don't see it here. I don't see it. I don't see anything here regarding ICO tokens, selling the tokens, or Etherdelta. Way to do your due diligence of protecting the customers. But you know what? Maybe I just haven't found it. Let's go to the product section because I don't want to say that I didn't do my. I'm doing my due diligence right now. I'm doing my own research. The WAN wallet. That's not it. The WAN smart contracts. Don't see it there. I've yet to see you guys give me the warning. But you know what? Yes, I'm an idiot. I'm just an idiot. It's got to be in the token swap section. I should have just clicked that one first. That's coming soon. This is coming soon, guys. Don't worry about it. God forbid that they would have put the information in here to tell you to not buy the tokens on Etherdelta or on the homepage or in the token swap. But the truth of the matter is, we already showed you that it wasn't. I didn't show you the white paper, but I couldn't find it there myself. Maybe my research wasn't good enough. I did find it in the commercial paper, but again, wasn't really anything there. There was the word participants, and it didn't really say that you cannot trade the tokens. Those are the decisions they made afterwards, based on advice from legal teams. Maybe you should have done your own due diligence before you operated your ICO. Yeah, that sounds good. Now, the truth of the matter is, they're busy. Probably. They're going through a bunch of stuff. And adding a pop-up to a website is probably something that's very difficult to do. And their team may not be that big. I mean, let's count how many team members they have. Okay, so it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, 44. 44 guys. There's 44. Well, there may be some women here. No, there's a couple women, actually. There's at least one. Okay? 2. Those are a few women. Doesn't matter. That's not what this is about. So, I just didn't want to generalize that I use the word term guys. So, you go through this, And you're like, there's so many people. Do you think that somebody could have maybe just said, hey, you know what, let's get a pop-up in there. Let's do it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe as far in the career section, they're looking for, I don't know, web developers. Somebody who could just fix, no, this is a virtual community manager, local. I really don't see anybody here dealing in the website department. Maybe that's what you guys should do first. Figure out a way so that people who are investing in your product, company, platform, whatever you want to call it, aren't going to get screwed. It's still happening today. And whether or not you're going to reimburse them, people who are holding the tokens now are probably afraid. And then if they find this out, they're going to just sell them for anything that they can get at a loss. So now they're losing money. And then the person that's buying them is going to be holding the bag. And guess who comes out winning? The guys who initially got in your ICO, who did not follow the rules. Those are the people who really should have known the rules. But they get to flip it. They get to come out ahead. This doesn't come out on them, even though they're the ones that broke your rules. And the people buying them really didn't. And it's all your fault for not locking the tokens. But good on you guys. Make sure that people learn their lesson and show them that even when you make a mistake, at least in my opinion, by not even coming out and fixing the website to warn people, you still just tell them that it's their responsibility to do their due diligence. You did it, man. You did it. You, Mr. President, you did it, Mr. President of Wanchain. Tell them to do their due diligence. But you know what? Let's just leave this website as it is so that moving forward, more and more people can get scammed through the Etherdelta purchase of WAN coins that you are apparently, potentially, maybe not going to, what's the word? Exchange. Exchange for real WAN coins. You guys get to hold a worthless ERC20 token. Nice job.